Hey everyone, JasonGelios Michigan Realtor. I want to talk to you a minute about buyer remorse. And there's this thing, I read an article about how some home buyers who were actually in a hurry to put over asking price offers, multiple terms that favor the seller, all these things. I'd say probably the past year and a half or so, especially during the pandemic and even early, like the first half of 2021. And so just wanted to kind of talk to you briefly about that, about how some of those buyers, I guess according to these articles, several articles out there about how some buyers have buyer's remorse. And so I just want to talk to you about that briefly here as I'm sitting here. It's a beautiful golf course, by the way. Look at this. Pretty cool. My daughter's on the golf course right now with her team. So, but just wanted to take a moment to share with you guys this because, it's something that probably does exist. Like when somebody wants a really flashy sports car, right? They go and they buy it. And after a month, they're like, oh man, why did I buy this car? And maybe not everyone does that, but probably most do, where they have buyer's remorse and they're like, why did I get the sports car? I barely drive it. I spent so much money on it. But I think it's different with a house. And I think something that people have to remember, home buyers have to remember, is that you got the home for a reason. And there's a lot more that you can do with the home versus the car metaphor that I mentioned. But, buyer's remorse could come into play, especially if you purchase a house for a lot more, especially over asking price. Know that many people are talking scare tactics, and they're talking that, real estate's gonna bottom out, it's gonna drop and all this, which it's not, by the way. Okay, I can tell you firsthand that I follow chief economists, real estate economist experts, and there's no indicators that real estate's gonna just drop like it did in the recession. Okay, the 2008 recession, that was completely different. That was lenders having too many loan options that weren't heavily regulated, and many people were getting interest-only loans and all that, and that's why that fell out, right? Bad mortgages were obtained, to where when you're looking at buying a home that there's tons of demand for, okay, you have healthy comps. You have other homes, all right? If you don't know what comps are, by the way, that's actually healthy numbers in the neighborhood. That's other homes that are so similar. I personally don't see, or rather professionally, don't see home values, dropping right now. Buyer demand has cooled off a little, right? I don't see people lined up for houses, but I do see strong demand still, of course. But that's going to change as we approach fall and even winter 2021. You're going to see interest rates probably go up. So how do you handle buyer remorse, right? How do you handle tackling that? If you do have buyer's remorse, no matter what you buy, right? You made a large purchase, right? We're talking about houses right here, but in general, it could be anything. It could be that sports car, right? But how do you handle buyer's remorse? Well, I think you have to really think about why you purchased the home in the first place. Something attracted you to the home, and yeah, probably a lot of it was emotion because you had to hurry up and you had to, waive certain things. Many home buyers were waiving, especially during the pandemic, were waiving home inspections just to win, which I think you should never do. Don't ever waive a home inspection. You can make it a pass or fail thing if you don't want the seller to feel nervous, but always get a home inspection. Know what's going on with that house. But buyer's remorse is a real thing. And so you have to really remind yourself, okay, what can I do with this home, right? Maybe you bought the house and you don't think it's 100% perfect anymore, or even 90% perfect, but what can you do to the home to make you fall in love with it again, okay? Did you jump on the home purchase and then you didn't realize that, maybe you wish the kitchen was updated, okay? Well, try to update the kitchen maybe, and which, by the way, you'll increase your value. Remind yourself why you purchased the home, and if there's not that many indicators there, then you might have to sell. But know that, you know, buyer's remorse can be a normal thing. And I think too, when it comes to a home, hopefully you made the purchase where you liked 3 out of 4 of the things in the home, that you loved 90% of the home, because every home has a small percentage of things that you just don't like. There's things about my house that I don't like that I wish were different. I wish my basement was a little bit bigger. You know, it's a decent sized home, but I wish the basement was a little bit bigger. I wish our kitchen was updated more. Those are things that I'm going to tackle. Well, actually, as far as the kitchen, can't change the size of the basement. But, you know, overall, I love my house. And so that's, you know, you got to remind yourself that, like, okay, you know, maybe I didn't make a mistake. Maybe I just feel this way because, you know, I bought it during a crazy time and is a seller's market. And, you know, I just, you know, I feel like I made a hasty decision. So remind yourself that that buyer's remorse is probably temporary too. You know, and if you haven't made the home yours, right, meaning add your personal touch to it, then maybe do that. Maybe you haven't had much money to renovate because you spent a lot on the home, but you know, there's ways to make the home yours. So I don't know, just wanted to do like a rant video. I guess it was on my mind. Came across this article on realtormagazine.com about buyer's remorse. It was actually a pretty good article. They also give tips too. Actually, I'll share that link in the comments to that article. But you know, let me ask you this: have you purchased a home where you had to be overly aggressive on your offer price and give up certain things like home inspections? Have you done that? Share that in the comments wherever you're watching this, on social media or on my website. You know, put it in the comments. You know, tell me your thoughts as to what made you purchase the home if you bought it at a crazy time like the pandemic. And again, you know, buyer demand is cooling off a little bit, but you're going to see values hold strong. They're going to, you know, probably level off but not drop. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Real estate is pretty much always a sound investment. Like I said, you know, 2008 recession, that was a unique situation that probably won't happen again because mortgages are so heavily regulated right now. It's crazy, but it's a good thing. And your ABC brokers have gone out of business. So, you know, which by the way, there's a lot of brokers that are reputable that do a great job. So anyway, home buyer's remorse. Have you been a victim of it? Hope you guys found this video valuable. You know, just a quick side note here that I want to share more conversational videos like this actually, where it's, I mean, you know, I have the AskJasonGelios Show and I have my real estate rants where I keep those short about, you know, quick topics going on in the real estate industry and whatnot. But if you like this conversational video, because I like to do more of these with you, then, you know, go ahead and share that in the comments too, that, hey, I like your video. Or if you hate it, say, you know, Jason, I hate your video. I hate that you're talking this long. So let me know your thoughts. Really appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to check out my website. It's allabouttherealestate.com. Put your information in the pop-up and you can receive my Ask Jason Gelios Show weekly in your email. No spam, just value. So I appreciate you guys watching. Have a great night.